The crystal chandelier cast jagged prisms across the dining room, each shard of light slicing through the haze of my disbelief. My fiancée, Elise, sat at the head of the table, her manicured fingers folded primly, her smile sharp as a blade. Her friends, old money new egos, flanked her, their laughter a brittle chorus. Across from her, a lawyer in a tailored suit slid a prenuptial agreement toward me. Its pages crisp, its intent cold. "It's just business, darling," Elise said, her voice honeyed but hollow, her eyes avoiding mine. The room spun. I stood, my chair scraping the hardwood like a scream, and walked out, leaving her words to choke on the silence. Outside, the Manhattan night was a cacophony of horns and neon. But it couldn't drown the ache in my chest. Elise and I had built something, or so I thought. 3 years of late-night confessions, her head on my shoulder during thunderstorms, my promises whispered against her skin. Now those memories felt like lies. The prenup wasn't just a contract. It was a declaration that her trust in me had limits, and she'd chosen to unveil it in front of her gilded clique. My phone buzzed in my pocket, her name on the screen, but I let it die. I needed air, distance, anything to dull the sting of her public betrayal. The next morning, my apartment felt too small, the walls pressing in as I replayed the scene. The lawyer's smug nod, her friend's smirks, Elise's calm, detached gaze. I brewed coffee, the bitter steam curling like my thoughts. Was this her? Had I missed the signs? The late-night texts she'd dismissed as work, the weekends she'd spent with the girls. The way her laughter had grown sharper, less warm. I'd chalked it up to stress, to her high-flying world of hedge funds and galas. But doubt gnawed now, a termite in the foundation of us. Then my phone rang. Not Elise. A number I didn't recognize. "Mr. Calder? This is Gregory Platt, Elise's attorney." His voice trembled, a crack in his polished veneer. "We need to speak. Urgently. Can you meet me at my office? It's about Elise." My pulse quickened. The man who'd shoved that prenup in my face sounded scared. "What's this about?" I asked, my voice rough. He hesitated, then whispered, "Please. Just come." The law firm's office was a glass cathedral, all sharp angles and sterile light. Platt's hands shook as he gestured to a chair. His tie was loose, his eyes bloodshot. "I didn't know," he began, voice low. "I swear, I didn't know what she was doing." My stomach twisted. "Know what?" I demanded. He slid a folder across his desk, its contents spilling like poison. Photos, emails, bank statements. Elise with a man I didn't recognize. Tall, silver-haired, his hand on her waist. Hotel receipts. Offshore accounts. A love letter, her handwriting, promising forever to someone who wasn't me. The room tilted. My heart pounded. A drumbeat of rage and grief. "Who is he?" I managed, my voice a stranger's. Platt swallowed. "Elliot Vance. Her boss. Married. They've been involved for over a year." A year. A year of her lying in my bed, her breath warm against my neck, while she built a secret life with him. I wanted to scream, to break something, but my body felt heavy, like I was sinking into the earth. I drove to our apartment, her apartment really, since she'd paid the lease. The key still worked, though it felt wrong in my hand. Inside, her perfume lingered, a ghost of jasmine and deceit. I wandered through rooms that once felt like home, searching for proof I wasn't crazy. In her desk, I found it. A burner phone, its screen lighting up with messages. "Miss you. When's he gone?" My hands shook as I scrolled. Photos of them, her laughing, him kissing her temple. Plans for a trip to Paris. My vision blurred, not from tears but from the sheer weight of her betrayal. I sat on the couch, the phone heavy in my lap. Part of me wanted to believe it was a mistake, that she'd explain it away. She was good at that, her voice soft, her eyes pleading, unraveling my doubts like thread. But the evidence was ironclad. Each message a nail in the coffin of us. I thought of her at the dinner, her cool detachment, the prenup a calculated move to protect her secrets, not her wealth. She'd played me, and I'd been too in love to see it. The door clicked open. Elise froze in the entryway, her coat half off, her face paling as she saw me. "James," she breathed, her voice a mix of fear and relief. "You're here." I held up the burner phone. My hand steady despite the storm inside. Who's Elliot? Her eyes widened, then darted away, searching for an escape. It's not what you think, she started, but her voice cracked, betraying her. Don't, I said, standing. Don't lie to me again. She stepped closer, her hands reaching, but I backed away. James, please. I love you. It was a mistake, a stupid. I cut her off. A year, Elise. A year of lies. Her face crumpled, but I saw it now. The performance, the way she wielded her tears like weapons. I was scared, she whispered. The prenup. It was to protect us, not to hurt you. I laughed, a bitter sound. Protect us? Or protect you and Elliot? She flinched, and in that moment, I saw her clearly. Not the woman I'd loved, but a stranger who'd worn her face. I ended it, she said, desperate. Last week. I chose you. But her words were hollow, a last-ditch effort to salvage what she'd already destroyed. I thought of Platt's trembling voice, the photos, the life she'd built behind my back. She hadn't chosen me. She'd been caught. I walked to the door, my heart a raw wound. James, don't go, she pleaded, her voice breaking. I paused, my hand on the knob, torn between love and the truth. You didn't just break my trust, I said, my voice low. You broke me. I stepped into the hallway, her sobs echoing behind me, and kept walking. Days later, Platt called again. She's gone, he said, his voice steadier now. Left the city. Vance's wife found out too. It's a mess. I should have felt vindicated, but all I felt was empty. I stood at my window, the city sprawling below, its lights blurring through my tears. Elise had been my world, but that world was a lie. As I watched a cab disappear into the night, I wondered if I'd ever trust again. Or if I'd always see her shadow in every promise, every kiss, every vow.